right here is not a regular video. The shit you about to see can only come from a pro. If you don't believe me, then check his KD. Welcome everybody to Nate Ghoul's VGT. You know what you need to check it, son.
What's going on, guys? Nate Gould here, bringing you this little thing called MLG BreaKDown. What is that? You're probably wondering. I wonder. Today we're going to look through a domination game on the MLG setting on an MLG map firing range, and I'm going to break down a little bit on the defensive position and the three most defensive, pretty much the three most places you should hold when playing a domination in the MLG setting. Today we're going to be focusing on trailer, what is called blue building, but we know as building 2 usually, and the garage, which is that big blue tin barn thing. But I'll say garage, building 2. I don't know why it's called blue building. That's weird to me, so I'm not going to do it. So yeah, we're just going to break down some defensive stuff. We're going to look at my team, my new team. We're a new team. We're not really, we just started getting some basic strategies down yesterday, so we probably didn't execute this game the best we could, but it wasn't the best team, so we were also a little lackadaisical. So I decided I could show you some maps, like you see right here. This is it, the basic breakdown of firing range. So I figured I'll show you guys the map, give a fun gameplay where we kind of crush the team, and just pop up some maps, show us what's up, some good places to cover, some good places to watch, so that when it comes to the serious, try-hard teams, you got a little something above them. Alright. So first up, we are looking at, this is the building 2. Now all the places in orange are the different places you can watch with building 2. It is a very, very crucial part. Very, 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 very crucial part, because like I Black Ops, so I spawn on the top here where you see the most of the orange. But you control building 2. You can watch A and B. You can watch trailer, which is a huge spot. We'll see soon. So if you control pretty much A, it really helps you control trailer, even garage. I mean, A pretty much overlooks the other places you need to control. You can see into both of them. You can't see every entrance, but you can get a lot of cover. You can cover every, little hiding spot of B. You can cover the spawn if it switches. You can cover back jungle if they try getting to A, or they try flanking around. I mean, it just really is a phenomenal place to hold. Probably one, I mean, I'm not going to say put 2 people in it, but it wouldn't be the worst idea. I'm going to go through, we'll go through and we'll talk about a good placement, but for 2 people. But if you were to do a 2-person placement on this building 2, I mean, 1 person down low could easily watch B and bounce back and forth towards A, and I would say your top position guy can watch that back spawn. He can help shoot the middle from the lower guy because he can get different angles, and big thing is to keep him out of trailer, because trailer's got a good shot on B2. So if you want to do a 2-man cover in there, that's a place to that's the way I would set that bad boy up. Alright, so now we're looking at the garage. This one may be a little confusing because I do not have B marked. Typically, in my opinion, you should never put 2 people in the garage. Why? Yeah, you can put one up top watching, B, and then kind of watching C, but can't really watch the back way, and then someone down low watching the back way. But it's kind of a waste of a guy if you think about it. Building 2, it's hard to watch back and left, so it's good for him to have 2 people to watch A as that flank. Trailer's good to have 2 people because someone can walk C and help the guy in the garage. But if you have, if you have a guy, you don't really need a 3rd person. On these other 2 positions, you'll see you can watch B from building 2 and trailer. Do you really need to be watching B from the garage? You can have a guy down low. If he has to, run right up the stairs, drop down on him. He doesn't need to have constant eyes on him. These are the main points you want to put. Guy in bottom, watching C spawn and firing range spawn, and just trying to keep him from getting through to B and C. You don't need 2 guys in garage. And our final main defensive position is the trailer. As you can see, you can watch the spawn for Black Ops, where the actual Black Ops spawn. Now, it's not great because you're not going to be killing them off the spawn, and they're not going to spawn in that back corner. But you can still see back there if someone tries to dip back there to hide a reload or just something like that. But really, you're trying to get that crossfire running through, and you can control the back alley. See, the big thing is that if someone controls that back alley, they control the war room, the trailer, the alley, and the bathroom. If they control all sides of those maps, they could easily push building 2 or the war room, get around C, if they get, and then they can completely you know, if they take building 2, have a guy in trailer, take war room, they could easily lock that guy in the garage in and completely steal your entire strategy. So the alley, and I mean, you just gotta make sure they can't get through. I mean, if they're stuck in the bathroom, who cares? Building 2 can get them. But you don't want them to have control of behind the trailer, in white trailer, war room, anything like that. So you're there to keep them from controlling multiple spots and from going in and out of them. But really, and also mainly is B. So obviously the 2-man strategy would be a guy in the doorway, who can bounce back and forth from the doorway and window facing B, and then one guy even on the back stairs of the trailer, just making sure they're not coming through on war room to take over that power position. Alright, so now getting into the actual gameplay. So let's just talk about this bad boy a little bit. I mean, pretty much you see I'm going to run all 3 of those defenses. I rush B off the bat. Very important to do. B is the gold mine. You can always back bounce and forth, trade spawns, switch them around to accommodate yourself to get A and C. But B doesn't work that easy. If you switch the spawn, then, you know, they still can cover B. If you switch the spawn, they can still cover B. You don't want them ever in a position to cover B. That's why those defensive 2 cover B, and you sit in the garage, right? Like I'm in the garage now. Now they can't get 2B through the garage. And if they do just find some way around it, I have 2 places that can easily pick up the kill. So it's really important to do that. Now, like I said, we weren't playing the best team. We didn't really hold positions that great. We did 3-cap for a while. But if you just keep watching, pay attention to the map every once in a while, you'll see later in the game, whenever there's a lull in action, just kind of like a slow point, a dull point in action, you can see the setups. You know, we have people watching their spawn when they're spawning a firing range and stuff like that. So, I mean, as a new team, we executed pretty good. But what you don't want to be, you don't want to be where I am right now. This firing range is not good. I mean, there's so many places to set up, so many places to block it and shoot it down. You just don't want to have to spawn. I mean, you want to try to get in a position where you can live forever, but I think spawning at C in war room is a good advantage. Also not the best spawn, but I mean, just a spawn that can get you to a good cover, but also that's going to help you move to an objective, move to a power position, a defensive play, and stuff like that. So I hope you guys, you know, I mean, that's really all there is to Domination. You want to control 2. Now in pub matches with 6 people, with no spawn delay, 3-capping is not good. Spawns get crazy and stuff like that, but when there's 4 people, 7-second delays, you do want a 3-cap. You want to set in power positions, and because this way, if they start scatter spawning, it's going to come down to not where like 3 are spawning here, 3 are spawning there, but like there's a guy spawning over there, then like 2 here, 7 seconds go by, you kill those 2 guys, and now the spawn switch last second, now this guy's in a random place. You can really randomize, sorry for my lack of talketh, you can really randomize the spawns and keep them layered thin. It's hard to, you know, it's hard to bounce back with 4 people and get into a good setup. If your spawns are crazy and you're always getting shot right off the spawns, you guys have to kind of like disperse so you don't just get freaking sprayed through and shit like that. So, I mean, it really was well executed. We didn't have good control of 2 building. Our team was running around too much. We had bad control of 2 building. You can see a lot of times we have people in red shutter, but they leave, they get killed. A lot of people in the garage, but 2 building was our weakness. Some of those times they were capturing A, they didn't really get it, because I ran over as quickly as I could. But had it been a better team with a better shot, a little more know-how of what to do and stuff like that, it really could have, yeah, it could have been bad. So I know this breakdown's kind of short and stuff like that, but I have a couple of things I want to talk about. That's really all for those things. Use those 3 defensive positions, cover those spots, set up good, watch the gameplay, see how I issue some of the defensive places. I'm keeping this down here for the garage. I mean, this counts as long as you're keeping the avenue down. You know what I mean? So with that first, you know, that's what another thing a 4th person can do is rush B on, rush down and spawn trap. I mean, there's a million things you can do with 2 people, but I mean, that's kind of all on your team and stuff like that. Use those defense positions. See how I get, you know, I got a lot of defensive kills, moving on the objective. You know, how those are some mistakes with the building too, and stuff like that. And I don't know, it wasn't really a big deal. It was a good win. I go 22-5, but I have a couple things I want to talk about before tomorrow. It's about to be a big week for me. I'm moving soon, so I'm going down to look at apartments and stuff like that down south. So I'm going to start vlogging it. I'm going to call it Journey to a New Life, and we'll just vlog some stuff and see what's going on. Nice and corny and cheesy. But also I wanted to do sometime in the middle of next week, which I thought would be fun. I want you guys to leave a comment. If you want to be involved in this, just put open conversation somewhere in your comment, and I'll put you in a random generator. I'm going to get 3 people, and I'm going to get them into a Skype call one at a time, and we're going to have an open conversation about a topic. And we can see like 3 different people's different views and have, you know, see what they think about it. It'll probably be video game related, but I think it would be fun just to have a nice little open conversation, something in the middle of the week. So if you want to be in that, I think that would be really fun. I'd like a lot of support on that if you guys would not mind. And some feedback. I'm not very good at GIMP. I know these pictures were pretty bad and stuff like that. So if you guys are good at GIMP, you have a couple tricks to show me to make this series better, you know, it would really help. And more gameplays, more game types, more maps will have more in-depth strategies. But like I said, we're a new team, so I mean, those are the basics. We're working on the basics, you know what I mean? This is not an in-depth strategy. This is a basic strategy and basic places to set up. There's definitely some good capture the flag setups I have. I have a lot of good things. I mean, Domination's pretty easy. The initial, freaking rush B. Get as many people on B as you can. But try to keep one person capturing your spawn objective, so this way if you all 3 capture and die, they don't counter cap right away, and you guys are capturing it for the double cap. But get B and then hold these positions. Pretty much all you gotta do. Domination's very basic, and knowing I had to talk about these different things was the reason why I chose this map and this game type, because it was very easy to teach. It was very, a lot of people play Domination. It doesn't change much in MLG. Some things change, like have drastic changes in MLG. Search and destroy doesn't really change. I mean, you really have to think about, like, okay, this is one big